Hi all, Hipper here. Today we are taking out the Edinburgh, and I am using my Tenant build here, the exact same build that I use for Albemarle actually, and Exeter. And if we have a look at the maneuverability here, it's 90, so 38 knots and 2.2 seconds rudder, which is really good. The turning circle radius is a little bit large, but we'll take it. And just keep in mind that the Edinburgh has 30mm bow armor. So that's one of the things you can make full use of in the ship here. So I don't really play Edinburgh much, and that is a good question why I don't, because I actually like the ship. It has great guns, great torps, it's reasonably fast and quite agile with 2.2 second rudder. It accelerates nicely, and of course the armor is just fantastic. So obviously you could do lots of interesting build on this ship here, like an agile build like I have here, or you can do a concealment build with radar, and you can do like an AP build, because the ship only has AP, it doesn't come with high explosives, but that doesn't really matter. I think the AP on the British cruisers and Edinburgh in particular, it just shreds destroyers. I don't miss high explosives in this ship at all. So in this battle here, I have opted for a smoke build, because, in case you didn't know, with Edinburgh you can choose between a smoke or a 9-kilometer radar, and obviously you can already build like 4 or 5 good builds just using the commander and the upgrades on the ship. But then you have another choice on the upgrades there, and that really makes this ship very versatile. You can do so many different builds with it. And here is what I mean with the AP versus destroyers. Like, it is just nasty. And of course it doesn't matter which way they are turning, they're going to get punished. And especially if you can get the whole broadside in. I could only get my 2 front guns in here, but that was also more than enough. So the point of this video here, and the next video I'm going to do too, is to see which build is the best, or the most fun, or the most interesting, I guess. Is it the smoke build, or is it a radar build? And like I said, in this battle here, I am going for the smoke build. But I'm always having a agile build on the ship, no matter what consumable I choose. So as you can see, it's really fast and it's really maneuverable. And just before, I just dodged the whole line of torpedoes there. And this ship is fun in an agile build, because what you can do with this thing is just to point the bow at anything that fires AP, and you'll pretty much be fine. So with an agile build, you can just you can zigzag between up to 3 battleships, and just point your bow at the one that has like a reload ready, and that means you can outlast many other cruisers in the ship if you just make sure you position correctly. And trust me, that is a lot of fun. Like I said before, I don't think the lack of HE hurt this ship at all. Well, you're not gonna get like 150 or 160,000 damage battles, because you don't have the high explosives to start fires. So getting 100 in this ship is pretty good. Now, usually when I play this ship, I pick the radar, because the radar is just way more valuable than smoke could ever be, pretty much. And I think smoke is less important as well, because you have that 30mm bow. So anything you can't outrun or out conceal, let's put it like that, you can bow tank, and that works really well. So I don't really see the need for the smoke. Of course, sometimes it's very nice to have, and you are kicking yourself for not picking the smoke. But I think that happens more often with the radar. So I tend to pick the radar. And also I think it is just more useful for your team to have a radar cruiser than a smoke cruiser. in general terms, of course. It's a lot of fun, and the guns on the ship are also excellent for taking out other cruisers' guns. Of course, a huge bonus with the ship is the torps. They're not fantastic, and you only have 3 of them, but in a pinch, they are absolutely worth their weight in gold. And again, let's pick on a Wichita here and say, coming up one-on-one against one of the more powerful cruisers, which Wichita certainly is. It's a nasty cruiser to face one-on-one, unless you're in another Wichita or perhaps Baltimore. But even in Baltimore, you're going to have a tough time against that HE-spitting dragon. So in Edinburgh, you have torpedoes, and that's something Wichita doesn't have. And it really is something that should take full advantage of. The 30mm bow will just allow you to pretty much rush enemies, and with an agile build like this, you're going probably around 38 knots, and like, there's nothing anyone can do really to keep you at bay. And as soon as you're close enough, launch your torps, and you pretty much won. The only thing that can destroy this plan if someone gets at your broadside, but just make sure that that doesn't happen, like in this case here, where I have my broadside covered, and I can concentrate fully on this Wichita here. And as you can see, I'm trying to take out his guns, because like, there's not really anything to worry about, because I'm almost full health. But see here, I am taking my my torps into the fight, and I'm sure the Wichita thinks that's unfair, because he was just counting on a bow tanking fight, but just taking a few citadels out of him there as well. And another thing we shouldn't forget about this ship is the amazing heal. I don't know if it's the same heal as Albemarle, but it is pretty good. You can pretty much build a whole new ship through a battle if you take the right kind of damage, that is. And like you see here, I took a bit of damage with that Wichita here, but I'm back to the way I was before, a few seconds after the standoff there. So if you can like not get sunk immediately in the ship here, you can repair a lot back, and using that bow 30mm armor to your advantage is pretty much key to success in this ship here. And with a sonar, British sonar at that, and a radar, not on this build though, but you can choose that. This is a powerhouse of a ship. One of the best cruisers, Tech Tree cruisers, I think. It's just not very sexy, I think. It's a real like workhorse, and also it doesn't look very nice. And that's probably why I haven't played it much, and especially after Albemarle came out, I've pretty much given Edinburgh a complete rest. But I think I will take it out a lot more now, because with all the cruisers in the current meta, this AP beast here is a nice ship to choose. And of course, you don't always face cruisers or destroyers, but in Edinburgh here, with your 30mm bow armor, you can bow tank like a Vladivostok here, and don't really worry about anything. Of course, it's better to shoot from cover, so in this case here, I'll set up a little smoke screen for myself, and then I'll push this guy out of the cap. But like I said before, you don't really need the smoke, because I could just turn bow on this guy here and then just be annoying. But I like to get all my guns in play. And, so that's the Smokey can do that. Not that I really get the chance here, but it can't hurt. So his secondaries are setting me on fire, and he's shooting AP, and I am taking pretty much no damage from the AP. And these are the situations where you can really infuriate the enemy in this ship here, because any other cruiser would have been absolutely decimated a long time ago. But Edinburgh just sits there and says, yeah, what do you want? So it is a fun ship to play, absolutely. So if you haven't got it yet, I suggest you get it. I would get Albemarle first though, but if you don't like squishy cruisers, then yeah, Edinburgh's your thing. Just don't show broadside as usual, but that goes for any ship. I know I say it all the time, but yeah, don't show broadside. If there's one tip in this game here, it is not to show broadside. So that's almost the end of this battle here. Just gotta wait for this Vlad here to get out of my way, and we are victorious. So my next video will be the Edinburgh with a radar outfit, and I'll put that up next. But I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you a little bit to think about, and I'll see you out there.